Hey there, welcome to the Perfect Real Estate Facebook Ads course. Now, I know that you are in the right place watching this video, but let's just make sure that this is something that's going to benefit you. So if you're spending all your time, if you're sick and tired of calling new leads every day, trying to get new leads every month, and you're not able to spend time working on your business and working with clients, you're just trying to get new prospects to contact you back. If that's you, then you're in the right place with this video. If you're spending a crazy amount of money trying to buy those Zillow cold leads and build your business using that, and you're just spending all your commission and all your transaction money on that, and you're not getting any results with it, if you're just cold calling leads every day, which I personally hate and I never want to do again. If that's you, if you say, I just can't take the rejection of calling some other person that doesn't want to talk to me and I don't want to talk to them, then this is the right video for you. If you are a realtor that wants to increase your brand, to find not only more clients, but better clients, and you want to close a crazy amount of transactions this year, so much so that that guy that you don't really like down the hall, Rick, Realtor Rick, he's just coming over you trying to hit you up with like, hey, I need to find out what exactly they're doing so I can steal it. If that's you, then you are in the right place with this video and it's going to help you out a lot. Okay, now real quick, my name is Ben Moody. I don't like to boast about it, but this year I was named by the PGA as the 5th worst golfer in the history of golf. I take a lot of pride in that, and when I'm not out there touring the world trying to get people to buy my autographs, I'm helping realtors to grow their brand, to find better quality clients, and to increase the amount of transactions that they have per year to grow their business that way using Facebook ads. And it's completely possible. It's in that snake oil stuff that you might see. It is possible, and I want to show you how to do it today. Now, I will say there is a caveat. This Facebook ads things is not going to work for everybody. The majority of realtors it won't work for because they're not willing to do these 3 things. But I know that you are, but let's just talk about them real quick. So if you're willing to use Facebook for your business consistently, creating posts, creating blog posts, shooting videos, and posting it on Facebook, then what we're going to talk about is going to work for you. If you're willing to set aside some money per day and per month so that you can run these Facebook ads. Unfortunately, in this day of age, with all these people on Facebook, I don't know why Mark Zuckerberg, the Zucks, he ain't giving it away for free. He is not giving ads away for free. For some reason, I write him a strongly worded email every month, but he won't answer. But anyway, you have to set aside a certain amount of money per month as an advertising budget so that you can get your ads out in front of people. If that's you, then this is going to work. If you're willing to spend the time and effort to not only create an ad, but just change the ad to make it better every month, to refine your ad sets and your audiences, if you're willing to do that, spend some time doing that, then you will see amazing results with your ads. And this will work for you, what we're going to talk about. If you're serious about doing that as a realtor and you want to increase your business using this Facebook ads thing, then I want to tell you about a course that I'm creating, that I want to create with you, that is really going to benefit you and take you from 0 to 100 as quick as possible, because there's a steep learning curve with this whole Facebook ads thing. If you're interested in that, if you want to learn how to create the best ad campaigns, how to set up exactly step-by-step, how to set up your ad sets, how to create the perfect Facebook ad and send it out to as many people as possible that are your target prospects. If you're interested in creating that course with me, getting feedback, giving me feedback so I can create it the best way possible for you, then go ahead and click that green button below that says the Perfect Real Estate Facebook Ads course. Go ahead and click that. There's a quick video that just tells you more about it, and then you can go ahead and we can work together on that. So back to your regularly scheduled programming. So we're going to talk about 3 things in this time that we're together, about a half an hour. And the first thing we're going to talk about is why and how Facebook ads work. It's so important to understand that before you actually dive into creating the ads. The second thing that we're going to talk about is the 4 vital components of the perfect Facebook ads campaign. So that's the whole thing that surrounds your Facebook ad. The last thing we're going to cover is the 4 most important parts of a Facebook ad. We're going to actually break down an ad here on the board. I'm going to tell you exactly how to create the perfect Facebook ad and how everything works together. So why and how do Facebook ads work? So let's talk about something that doesn't work. So you've got TV commercials, you've got radio commercials, you've got billboards, all that kind of marketing, flyers, handing cards out. It doesn't work. So let's say that I work for a TV station or a radio station. I come up to you and I say, hey, realtor, hey, I've got 5,000 people listening to my radio station between the hours of 4 and 6 p.m. And, you know, they range from like maybe 16 years old to 85 years old. And we play, you know, oldies, we play everything. So you can put an ad on a 30-second ad on our station and we'll charge you $500 per month. And, you know, we don't really know how to track how many people come to you, but if you see an increase in your business, then maybe it's worthwhile for you to do. Does that sound good to you? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you've tried it before, but let's go and talk about how Facebook ads work. So I come up to you and I work, you know, say I'm a Facebook ads representative or a real estate Facebook marketer. And I say, hey, I've got an idea for you. What if you run Facebook ads? And you tell me exactly who you want to talk to. And I go and find all of them because I've got a million different data points on each person that is on Facebook. And not only do I know exactly who they are, I know exactly how to find them. I know exactly when they're on my platform, and you can reach them for, let's say, $50 a month. You can reach 5,000 targeted people. You know exactly who they are. They're interested in buying and selling a home. How would that work for you? On top of that, we only charge you when they click to your website or they call you or they send you a message. Does that sound a little bit better? That is why Facebook ads work so well, because you know exactly who you're sending your message to. You know exactly what they want to hear. You know exactly what to offer them so they stay interested, and you can get charged when they click through, when they take an action, when they do something that is vital, something that's important for you. How does that sound? So that is why Facebook ads work so well. So now let's move into the 4 most vital components of a Facebook ad campaign. So the 4 components. The first is your audience. Most important. You have to know who you're sending your message out to. The next most important thing is your offer. After that comes your budget. And then last is your ad. So we're going to break down each part of these so you understand everything that goes into a Facebook ad campaign. All right, so what is your audience? Your audience is, in the simplest sense, it is the people that are going to see your ad. It's just who you're sending your message out to, who you've decided you want to see your ad. That's called your audience. In a deeper sense, it's your target prospect. It's who you've identified as somebody who you want to have as a client. So how do we find our audience on Facebook? There's 2 main ways that you can do it. The first way is current clients. I'll just keep current there. Current clients. All right, so clients that you already had or have had in the past. The second is what we call an avatar. And I'll explain what an avatar is in just a second, but let's go with current clients. So let's say that you have, you know, Bill. Bill has been an awesome client for you. Of course, you want to work with more Bills in the future, but how do we do that? So you sit down and you think about, what do I know about Bill that makes him an amazing client? Well, let's just think of some things. So one, his age. Maybe he's 43 years old and that's the age range that you want to work with because you can identify with them the most. They're the most responsive, things like that. Another thing could be his location. And sorry, my writing's horrible, but his location. He lives in a subdivision that has more money or nicer homes or are selling really fast or where people want to live. So that would be a good thing to know about Bill and know about your current audience. Another thing would be income. Now, I will say that Facebook is a little weird tying income to real estate ads about housing and things like that, but you can still target that and you can still have success. There's ways that we can get around it, and I talk to you more about that in the Perfect Real Estate Facebook Ads course. And then the last thing would be, let's say, interest. So what are they interested in doing? Is Bill interested in golfing? Is he a big reader? You can target things like that. Like I said earlier, Facebook has over 1 million data points on each person on their platform. So that's what you can do with Bill, your current client. And then you can say, Facebook, I've identified all of these things. Go out and find people that look like my best potential client, that look like Bill. Now, you say, I don't really have any good clients, or I'm kind of new to this, I don't really understand, I don't really have clients that I can base that off of. Then here's what you want to do. You want to create an avatar, which is just kind of like a fictional character that you create in your mind using educated guesses, or what the fancy people, the scientists, call hypothesis, things like that. But you can identify all of these things with your avatar. So age, I think, I know somebody who recently bought a house and they seem like they were pretty cool, so I'm going to go with their age. Maybe they're 43 and they live, there's a really nice subdivision, or there's a nice part of the city that I would really like to work with. So you just identify that's going to be my target location. Income, let's say that I'm going to keep them from $150,000 to $250,000 per year. And let me just think about some interests that they have that I might be interested in, I can relate with, I can create content about, and then you just create your avatar that way. So that's 2 ways that you can easily create an audience. The next thing that we want to talk about is how to create an offer. So an offer. And as realtors, you're providing a service, you're not providing a product, so the offer kind of changes a little bit, but basically the definition of an offer is an exchange of value. So you're exchanging something that your target prospect has identified is valuable to them, and the exchange would be for you something, time, attention, an email, a phone call, something valuable to you that you can exchange with them. Now, with Facebook ads, there's only 2 types of offers that you want to give. The first is a good offer. The second is a great offer. I'm going to explain that. These are the only 2 that you want to offer, because if you don't offer a good or a great offer, then your target prospect's just going to keep on scrolling because they got 50 other people trying to tell them something similar to what you're telling them. So the definition of a good offer, it would be kind of an even exchange. So say you gave a video of 5 tips on the buying process, and in exchange for that, for them to see that, or to get a PDF that goes along with that, they give you their email and they say, that's an even exchange, but it's okay. But you want a great offer. So for example, let's say that you create a 200-page PDF all about the buying process. And since you're an expert as a realtor and in real estate, then it's not real hard for you to create that. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But let's say you create a 200-page PDF on everything that goes into the buying process. And all you ask for in exchange for that offer is an email. Of course, the value is so much greater than what you're asking in their eyes, in the viewer's eyes, that of course they're going to take that. Now, we know in business and in marketing and in real estate that an email is an amazing exchange of offer, right? You can do a lot with an email. I'm not talking about spamming, but you can create even better offers with that. So that is just an example of a quick exchange of value definition. Now, let's go a little deeper with that. Not only do you want to exchange value, but you want to layer that value, what I call value layering, or what other people can call stacking the value. So what do realtors do now? Let's say they get prospect is over here, and then the span to a client over here. So prospects over here, clients over here. What do most realtors do? They may get on Facebook and create a video and say, hey, my name's Ben Moody. I'm really excited. I'm a realtor in your area and I know that I can sell your home. So why don't you just give me a call right now and we can set up an appointment to sell your home. Who's going to take action on that? Who is really going to be interested in doing that? You might get a few leads out of that, but you're not going to get quality leads because you went from someone not knowing you all the way to trying to get a client in one video. It's not going to work. You went from stranger to let's get married in Vegas within 2 minutes or 1 minute, however long your video is. So we have to layer the value so that we can build likability and trust with our prospect and eventually turn them into a client. So quick example of that, let's say you create a 10-step process for selling a home, getting your home ready to sell. And let's say you create that. In exchange for that, you ask for an email. So you know that they recognize you, they've seen, they've stopped, they looked at your ad, and they've downloaded the 10-step process to selling a home. So you built goodwill because you've given them a great offer. And then you come back, you retarget them, and you give them that 200-page PDF on buying or selling a home. And you just, in exchange for that, maybe it's just their attention. Maybe you're just trying to build the brand. Like, I'm not really asking for anything, but go ahead and download this 200-page PDF on a ebook on how to buy or sell your home. And you're just building goodwill with that. And then you come back the third time, so they definitely know who you are. And let's say you do a video on how to sell your home in 5 days, the best ways to do that. And now you're just building goodwill and attention with that. And then maybe you come back with another video, and that is the one where you're saying, hey, you don't mention it, but you said, I've given you all this great stuff. Why don't you give me a call? And let's set an appointment. Maybe I'll give you a free home valuation or something like that. And then you have built all this likability and trust because you've given them all this free stuff with a small exchange of value on their end. And then if you got a call or if you get them in person that you can nail them as a client. So that is just a quick and dirty way to show you value layering. I could talk a lot more about that. I want to teach you that in the Perfect Real Estate Facebook Ads course that I talked about. Click on that green button below if you're interested in learning more about that. Now, let's move on to the next part. We touched a little bit on it, is the budget. So like I said earlier, you have to be willing to set aside some amount of money as a budget to run these ads because Zucks ain't giving it away for free. So what is a good budget for Facebook ads? Well, it really depends on what you're comfortable with. I will tell you the minimum amount that you can spend per day on ads is $1. But Facebook sets it up as kind of a pay-to-play system. So if you want to get your ads out to more people, you have to pay more money. Now, if you take the ads course that I talked about and you learn how to set up the best campaign and run the best ads, then you can bring down that amount that you spend per person because better ads get shown to more people for less money by Facebook. But the minimum amount you can spend per day is $1. What I recommend that you spend per day is $25. In all the research I've done and the people I've worked with, I've found that $25 per day is a good starting point. It's a good jump off point to growing your ads, to reaching more people and getting, hitting that numbers game that applies in all marketing so that you can get the best quality prospects and the best quality clients. So $25 per day is kind of the sweet spot to start off, and then you build from there. But if you can only afford $1 per day, then do $1 per day. Just know that you're not going to be able to reach as many people. You're not going to hit that numbers game. So that's just a quick thing on the budget for that. Now let's talk about the real fun part, the important part. Let's talk about the ads and let's break those down. So I'm going to create an awesome picture for you. Get ready for this. I'm going to draw out a Facebook ad. Man, this is going to look so good. Not only am I a marketer, I am an artist. All right, put this down there and the scribble right here and a little play button right there because we love video. We want to create video ads. There's our ad text right there. Okay, let's talk about each part here. All right, so the most important thing with Facebook ads that you really want to spend the most time on is your ad content. And this is just a drawing of a basic Facebook ad that you would see on a desktop. Okay, so your ad content is the most important part because if you think about it, people today are scrolling on their phones or they're scrolling on their Facebook on their computer and they're just going down. They're kind of like droning, like flipping their, practicing their future carpal tunnel. And you have to be able to stop them with your ad content, with your image or your video. It has to be something that they go, you hear the tires screeching, they go, Skr! And they stop that thumb and they look at it. And maybe they hit the play button and they see your video or they see an image that is appealing to them and they stop and look at the image. So that's the most important thing with your ad content is stop the scroll. And once you do that, your content tells them a little bit more about what you can offer them, how they can benefit by what you're providing. And then the most important thing that your ad content needs to do is relate to your headline. I mentioned it earlier, but I'll say it again. Every part of your Facebook ad needs to relate together. It needs to be a constant flow. So you're going to go from your ad content to your headline. Your headline's going to work together in step with your ad text. Your ad text is going to include an awesome call to action. It has to all work together, be cyclical. It's almost like a choreographed dance to create the perfect ad. So your ad content has to relate to your headline down here. And that's so important because if it doesn't, people are going to feel like they're being duped in the ad. That, they stopped the scroll, they spent their time and energy looking at that, and the headline has nothing to do with what they want. It's almost like a form of clickbait. So your headline is so important. It's the second most important next to your ad content. Okay, so the most important thing about your headline is it has to hook the reader. All right. So if you think about it in the terms of fishing, maybe you've all fished before. Your ad content is that juicy worm. It's that bait that gets the attention of that fish in the water. Your headline is that hook that your bait's sitting on that really sinks them in to keep going with the ad and then take the action that you want, right? Okay, so the next thing that you want your headline to do is to frame the conversation. You want it to quickly frame the conversation that you're going to have up here in your ad text. Put that up there. That you're going to have in your ad text up here. So just like your content has to relate to your headline has to relate to the conversation that you're going to have up here. So let's move on to the ad text. And guys, I cover all of this. I will cover all of this in depth in that Perfect Real Estate Facebook Ads course. So if you're interested in all of this and you want to learn, then tell me exactly how to write the best headline. Tell me exactly how to create the best content, how to write the copy for the ad text. Then click that green button below and I'll tell you exactly how the course is going to work because I want to create it with you. Okay, so now the ad text. So important, the copy that you have here. The first thing I will say about the ad text, a good thing to do is start off with a question that relates to the headline that you just created. So, you may say in your headline, you may say, the 5 most important things to buying a home. And then in your question, the ad text will be, are you struggling to learn the 5 best ways to sell your home, or are you looking to sell your home as fast as possible? It's a good question because a question has to have an answer, and they may be answering it in their mind, and that's engagement that's good for you. So ask a question. The next thing is, with that ad text, you're selling the call to action, and I'll just call it call to action, CTA, just an abbreviation there. Your call to action is the directions that you're giving for somebody to take the next step. So whether it's to call you, to go to your website, to take some action, that is your call to action. So in your ad text, in the copy, you're trying to tell a story, you're trying to ask questions that relate to them, just move them down, keep them interested so that they can get to the point to where they hit your call to action. It could be, hey, are you struggling to find the best way to sell your home? If you want to learn more, click here, click this link, click this button, go to the website. That's your call to action. Down here is, you've got the little learn more or the download down here in your call to action, but you also want to have it up here in your ad text. So this is your call to action down here. Just write that down there. And the most important thing in your call to action is to have one type. And what do I mean by that? It doesn't matter what your call to action is, it has to be consistent down here and up here. So you want to have one type. You don't want to have, hey, call me up here at blah, blah, blah phone number. And down here, you have learn more. Or up here, you have send me a message, if you're interested in this. And down here, you have download. It doesn't work together. If somebody gets confused on the action they're supposed to take, then they're not going to take any action at all. And it's going to be so easy for them to keep on scrolling. So this is the basic Facebook ad creation, the breakdown of a perfect Facebook ad. And if you're interested in learning more about this, how to create the perfect Facebook ad, if you're interested about how to find your target audience, how to find the best type of person to be a client for you. If you want to learn how to set up your ad campaigns, what type of campaign to pick, how to pick your ad sets and enter in all your interest and create the perfect Facebook ad campaign all together, how to set your budget and run that to the most amount of people possible. If you're interested in learning how all of this can help you scale your business to get more transactions done throughout the year, to get better quality clients, then I want you to click the green button below this video. It's called the Perfect Real Estate Facebook Ads Course, and I want to create it with you. It's a new thing that I want to do where I teach you how to do all of this, and I want you to work with me because I want this course to be the best possible course for you. So if you're interested in doing that, if you're really serious about this whole Facebook ads thing, then I want you to click that button below, watch the video that tells you a little bit more about how this is going to work, and then go ahead and sign up for that. Because I'm only taking 20 people to go with me in this maiden voyage so we can create the best course possible for you. If you're interested in doing that, then go ahead and click that green button below. Now guys, I'm so happy that you joined me. Thank you so much for coming to watch this. I really do appreciate the time that you spent and the attention you gave to this. And I hope to see you on the other side of that green button. So go ahead and click it now. And write all this, watch it again, enjoy it, and I will talk to you soon, okay? Take care.